Yo, what is up guys? So today we got something really cool. We got Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, a new Yu-Gi-Oh game. And in fact, it's going to be one of the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh games because it has the most cards. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into it and check it out. So anyways, the Western release for Link Evolution just got confirmed, but it's going to be later than April, which is actually the release of this in Japan. But anyways, it's going to have 9,000 plus cards in it, which is going to be, again, one of the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh games in terms of how much content is here. It basically looks like an upgraded version of Legacy of the Duelist, though, because it is Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, but it's a standalone title. So if you guys haven't played Legacy of the Duelist, it's actually a pretty good game for a Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's probably one of the best ones. However, they eventually stopped giving it support and stopped updating it, stopped updating the ban list like every single other Yu-Gi-Oh game. Why can't they just make one Yu-Gi-Oh game? I don't know. I hope that they eventually do that. But anyways, the release date for English is going to be coming out in summer of 2019. Now, obviously, I will probably be showcasing out the Japanese version of this game first, because I can obviously know the effect of majority of the cards in the game already. But yeah, that's pretty cool. It basically looks like they've just copy and pasted the entire assets of course, the previous game, Legacy of the Duelist, which is, again, it's in the title, but they're charging you another fee for the game when it should just be like an expansion pack. But anyways, if you guys want more information on it, the price is 3,000 yen, which is about $30. Previously, Legacy of the Duelist, the previous version was 20 bucks, so it's not like it's a super expensive $60 title, but the fact that you get so much content out of this is still definitely worth it. And even if you don't want to use it to play online and play against other players to rank up, there is still technically like a story campaign, and some of it is voice acted, some of it is not. Sometimes the voice actors are a little bit different, but the game was a huge success. I would say Legacy of the Duelist is probably one of the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh games. Again, the problem is they just don't support it. I'm actually kind of curious down below in the comment section below if any of my viewers are really interested in this or not. I know most of us just play on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro since we can get all the cards for free. Keep in mind, some cards are not only locked behind opening up booster packs, but some cards you can't even get in the game unless you spend money on that specific expansion pack, and they'll just give you the cards. The duels in the DLC for Legacy of the Duelist were literally paying for DLC that had one duel. I wish I was joking. They'd give you one duel and like a structure deck of like, it was like heroes. I bought every single one because I was streaming every single one. But how do you guys feel about Legacy of the Duelist, the Link Evolution? Are you guys excited about it? Or are you guys like, whatever, it's just another Yu-Gi-Oh game that's going to get outdated in like a month or two? Because they just don't update the ban list. I wish they would just, again, update the ban list with these games. Why just re-release the same game over and over? Probably make more profit, but that's just how games are. But anyways, we also got some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out and some more Yu-Gi-Oh dues. So we got more BES support. So here's our first card, which is the BES Blaster Cannon Core. Let's go ahead and check out a bigger picture of this card. But anyways, it's a level 9 with 2,500 attack, 3,000 defense, Earth Machine Monster, and says you can special summon this card only once per turn by the procedure written on its first effect with this card's name. The first effect is, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. This card is normal or special summon, place 3 counters on this card, and it cannot be destroyed by battle. That's not bad for 3,000 defense too. And then the fourth effect is, at the end of the damage step, if this card battle, remove one of those counters from this card if you cannot destroy it. I mean, that's the easy way to go for some rank 9s. Maybe go for that Heart Earth. Some potential again for rank 9s. And it's another one so that you can just special summon it for free. It doesn't have to be like in that specific deck. Moving onwards, we do have the March subscription promos for, of course, the Jump, which we don't get here in the TCG, so we'll get them in some other form. But anyways, we got Perform Pal Turn Trooper. This is a light level 4 warrior effect monster with 1,200 attack and defense. And it says at the start of your battle phase, you can place 1 counter on this card, maximum of 2. The second effect says that this card gains the following effects based on the number of counters on it. The first effect says, once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can negate that attack. Second effect is, you contribute this card to banish all monsters on the field until your opponent's second end phase after activation. Ooh, that's not bad. Like, it's basically like a board clear. It's not like a specific counter too. It's just one counter. Because some cards will be like very specific. They'll be like one wind counter or like one super counter, or they'll name it very specific. But if you can just utilize this effect just as like a counter, there's so many options for this. Or if there's a card where you can remove a counter from the card, you can remove it from like this card instead. This actually has a little bit of potential. Just being able to be like, hold on, I'm going to go ahead and just remove all the counters, bam, I'm going to go ahead and banish everything until your second end phase, which basically means, well, you're losing your stuff, and I could probably OTK you. I really feel like this effect should have said, like, maybe you can't enter your battle phase during the turn, but that's insanely good for, like, 2 turns, basically. Good stuff indeed. Next up, we got some more DD support with the DD Arc Dark, level 4, Pendulum effect monster with 0 attack, 2000 defense, Pendulum scale of 1. This Pendulum effect says you can only use the Pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect saying you can target 1 Pendulum summon monster your opponent controls, destroy this card and that monster. The monster effect is you can only use the monster effect of this card's name once per turn. The monster effect being, if this card is destroyed by an effect, you get to special summon 1 face-up DD Pendulum monster from your extra deck except for itself, but its effects from it. Oh, because you just use it as like Synchro, Exceed, material. Good stuff indeed. Not a bad DD card. Next up, we have some vanilla support. Some of these came out like a few days ago, but I just didn't feel like they were like big enough to make a video on. But this is Stampeding of the Normal. It's not a bad card at all, especially with the new Tianhui Dragons in the game. Anyways, so it's a normal shop card that says you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. The first effect is when exactly 1 monster is normal/special summon, destroy all monsters on the field with attack less than that monster's attack. So that's kind of cool, especially if you're able to special summon something during your opponent's turn. You can just board wipe. That has a lot of great potential, especially if you're playing something like Malefics. Hey, that's pretty cool. Because yeah. Alright, next up though, we've got another announcement for the Jump Force game. I was actually following this game on Twitch because I had planned to actually play it, but it didn't seem like this game was too popular, the Jump Force game. But they are adding Kaiba as DLC, which is kind of cool, but you do have to actually pay for him. And he's coming out in May of 2019. It would have been way better, okay, because it says pay money to feel the power of money. It would have been way better if you could literally buy some type of currency to change his hair to green, and if you did, you'd be able to literally spend money to beat your opponent. That would be absolutely amazing. I think it'd be hilarious, but, you know, just for the memes, but I don't think they would do that. But, you know, it'd be a good idea. It'd be a great way to have us spend some more money in Jump Force. Another really big thing as an announcement is actually getting a new dual disc in the game. It's actually pretty expensive. It's like $200. Now, if you guys didn't know, you guys can see that I have a dual disc. Like I have the OG original dual disc. I actually bought that for $5. I got it. An amazing deal on that. But the thing was, I picked that up at, it was actually on Craigslist. But the thing is these dual discs, if you want a good condition one that still works, they are like over $100. So even though this this dual disc is coming out at like $200, it's still not that bad considering most of the ones that you'll find, they're in pretty bad condition. But that's pretty cool. They have these little zones going, actually, I kind of want to read into this because this is really great for anyone that is interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplay because, again, those dual discs are super expensive. You guys can see that. It has BGM, so this one's actually better than the previous one, although the previous one might actually be worth more because, of course, it's just older and it's just more rare. But anyways, there is a BGM button, and of course there's a way to adjust your life points. The older one, the buttons are a little bit like weird, but you can still like display life points and stuff like that. And they even have this monster zone over here, and it says when summoning a monster by pressing on the field, for a short time the monster zone will light up, and a sound effect by summoning a monster in attack position will play, and then pressing for a longer time, a sound effect of setting a monster in defense position will play instead. That's pretty cool. I know it's a small deal, there might not be that many people that care about this, but this is a huge deal for anyone in the cosplay community. Again, it's just super really nice. And then you can set up to 5 spell traps underneath the monster. The previous one you could do that. I'm hoping though, one thing that's kind of important is the spaces are actually big enough to actually put in a card with a card sleeve, just like a clear card sleeve, because yeah, the previous ones, like if you put your cards in sleeves, a lot of the times like they just wouldn't fit properly in some of the areas. I know that in the main zone where you would draw, which is like right here, you just couldn't do that. And then it has a whole thing where you can slide it out for field spells. But that's pretty cool. And it says that, oh, I don't know if this just got updated, but I didn't see this before. It says that the deck zone not only fits the included plastic cards. Oh, so you get those are plastic cards. Oh, that's perfect. And then on top of that, you can fit a 40 card deck as well, even with sleeves. And it tells you the dimensions. Wow, that's pretty amazing. And they include 10 plastic cards for, of course, the cosplay. I'm actually wondering what cards that they are going to be including. It might just be the back of it. I actually don't know. But in addition to that, our last bit of news comes with another V-Jump promo announced. Unfortunately, we don't know the effect. There was an effect of this card, but it turned out to be fake. But the card artwork, I'll tell you what, it's going to be secret rare, 100% TCG, short print, $100 plus card incoming, unless it's or just being overhyped. I mean, they're hyping it up, and it definitely looks really good. But anyways, it's called Blood Blossom of the Afterlife. I don't know what it does. No one knows what it does. But as soon as the effect comes out, either mentioning that, yeah, it was fake, as far as the effect goes. Once the effect comes out, I will definitely give it to you guys. So if you're new to the channel here, make sure you're subscribed and you'll see that information as soon as it comes out. Because I really hope this card is actually good because the artwork, 10 out of 10. They always make the hand traps look good, man. I got to give them credit for that. But I know in the OCG, it's going to be like, oh, maybe that's super rare, but 100% secret rare. Calling it right now. But I'm still pretty excited. Let me know, guys, what you think this card's effect is down below. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's it for all the new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. But like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and you'll definitely be notified when we make new content. And, of course, I really want your opinion on Legacy of the Duelist because I plan to do a full playthrough of the Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. And if you guys got any cool replays of any of the cards that we showed off, feel free to go ahead and send in to AsianEyesReplays@gmail.com. I'll give you a shout out. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. I'm signing out.